Picture this. You wake up, it's the future. Flying cars zoom by, robots walk dogs, but something's wrong. People are speaking. Gibberish. That's what it felt like. My first day in 2087. The slang, unrecognizable. Gone were the days of cool and awesome. Now it was all sparky and digi-fresh. I felt like I'd landed on another planet. Every conversation sounded like a secret code I didn't have the key to. Even simple greetings had me baffled. A friendly "what's up" became "catchin' any vibes?" Vibes? Were we fishing? It was enough to make a comedian question his own act. This wasn't just slang evolving. This was a full-blown linguistic makeover. And I, my friends, was the clueless grandpa at the kids' table.
And so Alex found herself lost in translation, waking up to a whole new lingo. Cafes became Alex's linguistic boot camp. She'd eavesdrop on conversations, trying to piece together meaning. That new hoverboard is fire spun, yo.
Fire spun? Was it a cooking utensil or a mode of transport? Ordering food was a minefield.
I'll take a synth burger, hold the algo mayo.
Synth? Algo? I ended up with extra pickles and a side of existential dread. The worst? Trying to understand directions.
Just catch the Hyperloop to Sector Zeta, then bounce left at the Neon Cactus.
Hyperloop? Neon cactus? I ended up lost in a maze of chrome and flashing lights. It was exhausting. My brain felt like it was doing the jitterbug, trying to keep up. I missed the good old days when a thumbs up was just a thumbs up, not a digi-affirmative.
Alex's brain was definitely brain fizzling as she tried to decipher everyday chatter.
Pride had to take a back seat. I needed help, and fast. So I swallowed my ego and started asking questions. Excuse me, young man, what does brain fizzling mean?
Sir, it's like when your mind is blown, you know? Super lit.
Right, super lit. Got it. Except I didn't. Every answer just led to more questions. It was like trying to learn a new language from a dictionary that only defined words with other made-up words. I learned the hard way. Sometimes it's better to smile and nod than to admit you haven't got a clue what anyone's talking about.
And so Alex's adventures in asking continued, making simple questions complex.
Section 4, From Groovy to Glizzies, The Evolution of Cool.
Looking back, I realized language is always changing. My generation had its own lingo. Groovy, far out, that's boss. All sounds ridiculous now. We thought we were so cool. But that's the thing about language. It's alive. It adapts. It morphs. It reflects who we are and what we care about. And sometimes it just sounds plain silly. I mean, glizzies for sunglasses? Who comes up with this stuff? But hey, at least it wasn't as bad as the time I tried to use hip in a sentence and my grandkids nearly died of laughter.
Section 5, Lost in Translation. Again, my hilarious slang fails.
Of course, I had to try fitting in. Big mistake. I attempted to compliment a young lady on her sparkling personality, only to learn that sparkling now meant ditzy. Oops. Then there was the time I called a futuristic hot dog a real gas. Turns out, gas had become synonymous with terrible. Who knew? Certainly not the guy who just insulted a street vendor's prize-winning frankfurter. My attempts at futuristic slang were a comedy routine in themselves. I was a walking, talking example of everything that could go wrong in cross-generational communication.
My attempts at futuristic slang were a comedy routine in themselves. I was a walking, talking example of everything that could go wrong in cross-generational communication. Section 6, The Future of Praise and Shade, New Words for Old Feelings.
Compliments weren't safe either. "Your outfit is fire spun," I'd exclaim, only to get a confused look. Apparently fire spun was so last season. The new it compliment? That's so metaflex. Don't ask me what it means, I'm still working on that one. Insults had gone high-tech too. Instead of loser, you were a glitch in the system. And forget about being called dumb, now you were running on dial-up. Ouch. It was fascinating and hilarious all at once. The core emotions were the same, but the words we used to express them had taken on a whole new flavor.
Section 7, Embracing the Unknown, Navigating the Linguistic Labyrinth.
After a while, the initial shock wore off. I started to appreciate the creativity, the humor, the sheer absurdity of it all. This wasn't just about new words, it was about a new way of looking at the world. Did I understand every single slang term? Heck no. But I learned to embrace the confusion, to laugh at my mistakes, and to keep asking questions. Because at the end of the day, language is about connection. And sometimes the best connections are forged through laughter and a shared sense of wonder at the ever-evolving tapestry of human expression. Pause 2S. As we wrap up this journey through the ever-changing world of slang, it's time to look forward. What does the future hold for our language? Pause 1S. Will we be saying things like neural lagger or hollow chill in just a few years? Pause 1S. Imagine trying to keep up with the slang of 2050. Pause 1S. It might feel like learning a whole new language all over again. Screen fades to black with upbeat music playing. On-screen text. What futuristic slang would confuse you the most? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more fun, futuristic content from Future Vibe. Narrator, playful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you become a total neural lagger.